Hey everyone! Welcome back to the channel. Now, I know we like to have fun here, learn a little something about this wild world around us, but today we're diving into the dark and dangerous side of science. That's right, we're talking about the most dangerous chemicals in the world. Now, these aren't your everyday household cleaners, no Siri Bob. These substances are so toxic, explosive, or corrosive that even a tiny amount can be deadly. We're talking about things that can make a grown man cry or disappear entirely. Just kidding, just kidding. Or am I? No, safety first always. That's why before we begin, a quick disclaimer: don't try this at home. Don't even think about it. These chemicals are extremely hazardous and should only be handled by trained professionals in controlled environments. With all that said, buckle up. This is going to be a wild ride. Let's get started. First up, we have a real celebrity of the chemical world. This substance has made headlines, been the subject of countless studies, and even found its way into the beauty routines of many. You know it, you might even love it. It's botulinum toxin, also known as Botox. This little vial holds a substance that has revolutionized both the medical and cosmetic industries. Yes, that Botox. The very same stuff used in cosmetic procedures to smooth out those wrinkles and frown lines. It's become a household name, synonymous with youth and beauty. But don't let that fool you. It's one of the most toxic substances known to science. This dual nature is what makes it so fascinating and frankly a bit terrifying. I'm talking potent, folks. Just 1 gram of this neurotoxin, a teeny tiny amount, could kill over 1 million people. That's an almost unimaginable level of toxicity. That's like the entire population of, well, a very large city, wiped out with just a pinch of this stuff. Imagine the impact of such a powerful substance. It works by paralyzing muscles, which is why it's used in such tiny, controlled doses for medical and cosmetic purposes. The precision required to use it safely is nothing short of remarkable. Imagine your muscles just stop listening to your brain. This is what happens when botulinum toxin takes effect. It's like flipping a switch and turning off communication. You try to move your arm, nothing. The signal from your brain just doesn't get through. It's a complete shutdown of muscle activity. You try to take a breath, nothing. In larger amounts, it can cause complete respiratory failure and, you guessed it, death. Scary stuff, right? In larger amounts, it can cause complete respiratory failure and, you guessed it, death. Scary stuff, right? This is why it's handled with such extreme caution. But hey, there's a bright side to everything, right? Despite its deadly potential, botulinum toxin has some incredible benefits when used correctly. As deadly as it is, botulinum toxin also has some important medical uses. It's a prime example of how something dangerous can be harnessed for good. It can help treat muscle spasms, migraines, even excessive sweating. These are conditions that can significantly impact quality of life, and Botox offers relief. It just goes to show, even the most dangerous substances can have a good side. It's all about how we use them and the respect we give to their power. It's all about respect, folks. Respect for the science that allows us to harness such a potent substance safely. Respect for science and respect for safety. When we understand and respect the power of substances like botulinum toxin, we can use them to make the world a better place. Next, we're stepping into the shadowy world of espionage and chemical warfare with one of the most lethal substances known to man, VX nerve agent. This isn't just a plot device in a spy thriller, it's a real and present danger. This isn't your science fair volcano, folks. This is the real deal. Scientists in high-security labs work with extreme caution, knowing that even a tiny mistake could be fatal. It's so deadly that it's banned under international law. The Chemical Weapons Convention outlaws its production and stockpiling. But that doesn't mean it's disappeared. We're talking weapons-grade dangerous here. Military stockpiles still exist, and the threat of its use lingers in the background of global politics. Just 10 milligrams of this stuff, that's about the size of a grain of sand, can kill a person within minutes. You blink, it's done. Imagine something so small having such a catastrophic impact. It works by overstimulating nerves, causing uncontrollable muscle contractions, paralysis, and eventually, well, you know, the body's own systems turn against it in a horrifyingly efficient manner. Imagine your body, every muscle, just going haywire, contracting all at once, no control. It's a terrifying thought, isn't it? The sheer helplessness one would feel is beyond comprehension. And to make matters worse, it's odorless, tasteless. and can be absorbed right through your skin. You wouldn't even know you were in danger until it was too late. You wouldn't even know you'd been exposed until it was too late. The silent, invisible nature of VX makes it a particularly insidious threat. VX nerve agent is a stark reminder of the destructive power of human ingenuity. From historical conflicts to modern warfare, its presence is a chilling testament to our darker capabilities. We can create amazing things, but we can also create things that are truly terrifying. The duality of human innovation is both awe-inspiring and frightening. It's a responsibility, folks, a big one, and one we shouldn't take lightly. The power to create must be balanced with the wisdom to use it responsibly. Our future depends on it. Now let's talk about a chemical that's as sneaky as it is deadly: dimethyl mercury. This compound is not just another toxic substance, it's one of the most dangerous chemicals known to humanity. Its insidious nature makes it a silent predator in the world of hazardous materials. This organic mercury compound is so toxic that even a single drop on your skin can be fatal. Imagine that. Just a minuscule amount can lead to severe consequences. The skin, our natural barrier, is no match for this chemical's potency. That's right, just a drop. It's hard to fathom, but this tiny amount can set off a chain reaction in your body that's almost impossible to stop. And here's the scary part. It doesn't announce itself. Unlike other dangers that come with warning signs, dimethyl mercury is stealthy. It doesn't have a smell, a taste, or an immediate effect that would alert you to its presence. This isn't like touching a hot stove. You won't feel a thing at first. It's a silent killer. The initial contact might go unnoticed, making it even more dangerous because you won't take immediate action. Symptoms can take weeks or even months to appear, and by that time it's often too late. The delay in symptoms is one of the most treacherous aspects of dimethyl mercury poisoning. It gives a false sense of security, making you think you're safe when you're not. It's like a ticking time bomb, only you don't know when it's going to go off. The uncertainty adds to the psychological burden, knowing that at any moment the effects could manifest. One tragic story that highlights the dangers of dimethyl mercury involves a brilliant chemist named Karen Wetterhahn. She was a respected scientist, known for her meticulous work and dedication to safety protocols. In 1996, she was working in her lab when she accidentally spilled a tiny amount of dimethyl mercury on her glove. It was a momentary lapse, something that could happen to anyone, but the consequences were catastrophic. Now she was wearing protective gear, but this stuff is so potent it seeped right through. The gloves, designed to protect, were no match for dimethyl mercury's aggressive nature. Despite doing everything right, she died just months later. Her death was a stark reminder of the unpredictable and deadly nature of this chemical. It was a devastating loss to the scientific community, and a stark reminder of how dangerous even the smallest mistakes can be when dealing with such toxic substances. Her story serves as a cautionary tale, urging us to respect the power of the chemicals we work with and to never underestimate their potential for harm. Next up is a chemical that's so reactive, it makes a fireworks show look like a tea party. I'm talking about chlorine trifluoride, a substance so volatile it can set fire to things you wouldn't believe. Glass, sand, even asbestos, things we normally think of as fireproof, they don't stand a chance against this beast. It's been called the fire-breathing dragon of chemicals, and for good reason. It's used in industrial processes, but handling it is a nightmare. It's corrosive, explosive, and reacts violently with almost anything, including water. Imagine trying to put out a fire, but instead of extinguishing it, the water just makes it angrier, fiercer. That's chlorine trifluoride for you. It's a chemical that demands respect, and even then it's best admired from a safe distance. Last but not least, we have a chemical with a dark history, a substance that's been whispered about in spy novels and documentaries alike: polonium-210. This radioactive element is infamous for its use in assassinations, and for good reason. Just 1 microgram, that's smaller than a speck of dust, is enough to kill an adult. It's the silent assassin, odorless, tasteless, and deadly in the most insidious way. It causes severe radiation sickness, attacking the body from the inside out. One of the most high-profile cases involving polonium-210 was the poisoning of former Russian spy Alexander Litvinenko in 2006. He was slipped the substance, and it took weeks for the effects to fully manifest. It's a chilling reminder of how difficult it is to detect and treat polonium-210 poisoning. It's a substance that inspires fear and caution in equal measure. So, there you have it, 5 of the most dangerous chemicals in the world. From neurotoxins to radioactive elements, these substances are a reminder of how powerful and deadly chemistry can be. But remember, knowledge is power, and by understanding the dangers, we can better protect ourselves and our world. If you found this video as fascinating as I did, give it a big thumbs up and share it with your friends. Let's spread the knowledge, but let's do it safely. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell icon so you don't miss out on more mind-blowing science content. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Until then, stay curious, stay safe, and remember, science rules.